Hi guys, so I wanted to talk about creating stars in Turtle. So I have some code here that already sets up a screen to make stars. So what I've done is I've imported the Turtle module, I've created a Turtle object, I have set up the screen here, so I created the screen and then I set it up with some different variables. I turned off the animation so that I could make the stars faster. So we have turtle.tracer 0, 0. I will update the screen at the end, and then I will loop through to make sure that the screen is running. And so, what do I mean by a star? And so, just to take a look at what a star is, what we're going to do is I'm going to draw what a star is supposed to represent. So, normally, when you make a star, it looks something like this, right? And so what we would call this is a 5-2 star. Okay? A 5-2 star. And so what does that mean? Well, the 5 here represents the number of points on the star. So number of points on the star. Okay? Meanwhile, this 2 here represents the skip. Okay, represents the skip. And so, what do I mean by that? Well, if I have a 5-1 star, so what this 5 represents is it has 5 points. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of outline a pentagon to illustrate that, hey, this is created from something that has 5 points. So I'm going to mark off the points here. And then 5-1, well, what that means is I'm going to skip 1 every time I go around the pentagon, right? So if I label these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what 1 represents is I am adding 1 to the point count every time I move. So if I start at 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So I'm going to draw a line from 1 to 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, so I'm going to draw a line from 2 to 3. 3 plus 1 is 4, so I'm going to draw a line from 3 to 4. 4 plus 1 is 5, so I'll draw here. 5 plus 1 is 6, but on a pentagon, if we kept wrapping around, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, well, we see that 6 and 1 occupy the same position, so 5 goes to 1. Okay. And so that would represent a 5-1 star. Of course, it just looks like a regular pentagon, but the benefit of this is that we can generalize this to a whole bunch of different shapes. Okay. So, in order for us to get to 1 to 2, right, all we did was we added the skip. If we wanted to draw a 5-2 star, we know how to draw one. It should look like this. But if we went through the process, again, we create our pentagon. We mark off the points. We number the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5-2 means we're going to add by 2 instead of 1. So 2 here. We go from 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, so we'll go to 3. 3 plus 1 is 5, so we'll go to 5. 5 plus 2 is 7, so if we kept wrapping around, we see that 7 occupies where 2 is. Right? So now we'll go from 5 to 7, or 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, and then 4 plus 2 is 6, which occupies the 1 position. So our star, our 5-2 star, looks like this. Okay. One thing that's cool about these stars is we can actually predict the formula for creating one in Turtle, right? So if we consider a circle, right? A circle is made up of 360 degrees to go around it, right? Well, one thing that we can do is, well, if we have 5 points, we can evenly space them around the circle, right? And so all polygons contain, at the very end, 360 degrees throughout the polygon, right? So if we create our pentagon, right, 360 degrees. Right? So somewhere in the formula, we should have 360 degrees. And if we wanted to go from 0 up to here, well, that's only a fifth of the way around the circle. So we would just skip by 360 divided by 5 degrees. Okay, so we would turn the turtle so that it would be 360 divided by 5 degrees. If we wanted to go from 0 over to here, well, that's the same thing as going 360 divided by 5. Oh, by the way, that's 72 degrees. That's the same thing as going 72 degrees once, 72 degrees twice. Okay, so, right, what ends up happening is that the formula looks like this. 360 divided by n times s, where n is the number of points on the star. So if we have an n by s star, this is the number of points on the star. This is the skip of the star. Okay? So if we go back to our code, how we implement this, right? What we do is we say the number of sides. So sides is going to equal, let's say, 5. The skip is going to equal 2. And so what we say is for n in range sides, so we're going to repeat this for how many ever sides we have. We're going to tell the turtle to go forward by 100. And then we'll tell the turtle to go left by, well, this is the angle that we need. So 360 divided by the number of sides times the skip. Okay. And so if we run that, it'll draw a star like this. Now it's upside down, right? Because we are turning left. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this formula into right. And so if we draw that, now it should draw it right side up. Okay. If I wanted to draw a 7-2 star, maybe I would change the number of sides. Same exact code, there's a 7-2 star, right? One useful thing that we can do is we can wrap this around a function, right? So if we define a function called draw star, which takes in a number of sides and a number of skips, well, now we no longer need that, and we just tab it. Okay, so now the benefit of doing this is that we can just say draw star, and then we can draw whatever shape we need, right? For example, if we draw an 8-3 star, there's an 8-3 star, right? If we want to draw a star and it, I don't know, 17-13, right? Well, I can refresh that and it will draw a 17-13 star. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Take care, everyone.